Live we are. Okay, it is Sunday night, and I got some fun stuff to talk to you about today. Feel like so the dog always decides to scratch right when I do any kind of video. So that's it's jingling. Yeah. Okay, it is Sunday night. I'm gonna hang out here and see who we can get on the line here. And we are talking about forever chemicals. So I got a couple of web pages to pull up here as well. And so I guess the first question is, are you familiar with forever chemicals? Are you familiar with that term? And go ahead and just put a yes or a no in the comments if you are or you are not familiar with that term. I just want to know. I want to know who is familiar. What level of explaining that I can give to you, that I can offer to you to tell you about these things. Also, when you jump on here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button so that I know you're here. That would be amazing. And let's see here, live chat. There we go. Perfect. All right, let me pull up my web pages and I got a sneeze. Oh, I got a sneeze coming through here. So there were a couple of studies. I just closed that out. I have to go back to that. Continue to cite. So when I came on a couple of weeks ago, and hey, Chairman, how are you? I saw you today on Ed's channel, right? I think so. And so thanks for being here. I sure do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you being here. Always fun to do live chat over on Brad's channel. You guys have just such fun, random conversations. I love it. So a couple weeks ago, when I did my Sunday Night Live, we talked about the train derailment and the chemicals that got burned off. And a lot of the chemicals that were in those train cars are what are called forever chemicals. So let me explain to you. Sorry, I had a sneeze and then feeling like I'm going to cough. Okay, so let me explain to you what forever chemicals are. And, just distill it down. So we have so many, no, you don't burn vinyl chloride. But hey, they thought that was a really good idea. Let's burn it in case it explodes. That was just crazy, wasn't it? See, now the dog wants to go outside. Be right back. As well as all the other chemicals that were on those train cars as well. So, vinyl chloride is used to make polyvinyl chloride, PVC, plastics. It's used extensively in plastics. And so this is a lot of where our forever chemicals are coming from. What it means is that we use these chemicals in just about everything, and they do not break down in the environment. So the problem with that is that since they don't break down, I'm sure they break down eventually. Some of them will not break down in our lifetime. That's the problem. They will have a breakdown point, but we may not live long enough to see that. So they will stay in the environment, whether it's in the soil, in the water. It gets into our food supply. So think about this. If it's in the water, it's in the fish that we eat. It can kill the wildlife, the sea life. It gets everywhere. It's absolutely ubiquitous. And so what happens, since it doesn't break down, is then we bring in more of these toxic chemicals, and they just keep piling and piling and piling. And the amount that we're being exposed to is just, we cannot get away from it. That's the problem. So in today's live, I wanted to talk to you about paper products and toilet paper. But before I go to that point, I wanted to talk just a little bit more about how pervasive they are and the problem with our water system. So this is really, really critical in that, when we're dealing with our water supply, I mean, we need water. We can't live as humans without water, and all the chemicals that are in our water. Now, there's many forever chemicals. I think there's over like 11,000 of the PFAS and the PFOA families. And when you've got that many chemicals, and again, you can have one chemical, like let's say vinyl chloride, and then you turn it in, you burn it. Now it turns into something else. So there might be 11,000 of those chemicals. However, they do change form. So depending on what their level of exposure to other chemicals or to certain things in the environment, they will change form and turn into something else. It could be even more toxic. So they just do not go away, and they are in our water. Now, we've been deliberately fluoridating our water since I think that was, I guess I can look that up. I want to say 1950 something. When did we start to, I spell fluoride? I know that's all my chemistry classes. When did we start putting fluoride in the water? FLUORIDE, in case anyone's interested. Let's see. Oh, wow. In 1945, check this out. Grand Rapids became the first city in the world to fluoridate its drinking water. Okay, right in my backyard. How lovely is that? That's super interesting. So there's a lot of studies on fluoridation and how it actually is very dangerous, and I don't remember the story of how it got into our water, how it was approved to put into the water system, but there's really no data that supports that it helps teeth by drinking it internally. In fact, there's a lot of data that supports that it's actually very dangerous for us to be drinking it. So, hey, Gamma's Journey, how are you? Nice to see you. So Chairman, your father was exposed to Agent Orange. Yeah, that's a forever chemical, right? And all the soldiers from the Gulf War. Gulf War syndrome. I mean, all of these. Just our firefighters, right? We've got firefighters and all of the chemicals that they use. Those are forever chemicals. Anything that's flame retardant, anything that is slippery, like I don't have any plastic cups here, but like you go to the you have spina bifida because the Agent Orange exposure from your dad, right? So in utero. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that too, so spina bifida. So he's saying that he has spina bifida. That's where like part of the spine doesn't close and cover the spinal cord all the way. Now, some babies, if they're born with severe enough spina bifida, and their whole spine is actually open to the environment, and they don't thrive and they die. But so there's many variations of spina bifida. Fortunately, Chairman, you have the one that you live and you're alive to be here and talk about it. So, and hey, before I forget, everybody hit that thumbs up button when you jump on here so I know that you're here. YouTube likes that, and we're growing. I'm so excited. So I think I've gained 100 new followers in the past week, and it's super exciting. I love it. I love seeing the growth. I love that people are interested in what I'm talking about. And if there's anything that you want to hear about, I'm here for you. So I can give you what I think you want to hear, but if there's really something that you want to know about that, you want me to dive deeper, I'm happy to do that. The reason I'm talking so much about these forever chemicals recently is because it's so timely, because of how we have found them in our paper products. And then, of course, with the train crash, those are forever chemicals that are just going to adulterate us around the world. And so I just felt like that was a very timely subject to get all of you to pay attention to this, that just because something happened in Ohio is real close to Michigan. And just because it happens, it's far from you, or, depending on where you're at, it doesn't mean it won't travel. And I remember years ago when Mount St. Helens erupted, and I was living here in Michigan, and I remember them saying how the fumes or the gases went so far up into the atmosphere that it caught the Gulf Stream and it started to travel. And it was literally just within, I don't remember if it was hours or a couple of days, but it was a very quick movement of these poisonous gases. People in New York were seeing like ash falling on their vehicles. So, hey, Iron Fire Horse, how are you? Thanks for being here. Love that you guys are jumping on here. Appreciate it. So, so ironically enough, I get these emails from reporters to do pitches on different topics. And today I'm planning on going live to talk about these forever chemicals. And one of the pitches that a reporter needed was on forever chemicals. And so I was like, I can do that. And I just went boom, 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 boom. She replied back within 5 minutes. And she said, hey, I'd love for you to quote you in this article that I'm doing. It's called, I think, Green Living or something. I'll let you guys know when that comes about. So that's like the first official pitch that I've given that is getting accepted. So in print and in media, I've done, my TED Talk and all my other things, but this is cool. This is another area that I'm moving into. So super excited about that. And again, it was timely because I had already been going down these rabbit holes. So let's talk today. So we've got all these forever chemicals. Now, have you heard about the forever chemicals in our paper products? Just give me a yes or a no in the chat and let me know if you've heard of this going on yet. Because there have been some studies just in recent months at the end of, so we got a no, we got a yes. So these forever chemicals are in our paper products and it's frightening. So specifically the toilet paper. Now, I'm pretty frightened about the water. The whole water issue makes me want to get a whole house filter because our municipal water stations, companies, what do you call them? You know what I'm talking about. They don't filter out all of these forever chemicals. And Seven Ales, hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here and jumping in. Are you new to my channel? I haven't seen you here before. I don't think so. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button so that I know you're here. So the problem with the waterways and these forever chemicals and then toilet paper is that we've got, we are using it on our private parts and then flushing it. And then, you invited him. Thanks, Chairman. I appreciate it. Thanks, Seven. I appreciate you being here then. Yeah, that's awesome. Appreciate the love and support. So then what happens? So we use these toxic, call you Seven for ease. Awesome. Perfect. I will do that. Thank you so much for being here. I'll make sure I jump over and give you a follow when we jump off here. So we use the products, these toxic products on our private parts, our most sensitive areas. The amount of reproductive cancers and chronic conditions today between women with reproductive issues, men with reproductive issues, low sperm counts, infertility, fibrocystic ovarian or polycystic ovarian, fibroids. I mean, endometriosis, there's so many reproductive cancers. There are so many, cervical cancer and all these things that are going on. So we're using these paper products. We're using them on our sensitive parts. Then we're flushing them into the municipal waterways and it does not get filtered out. So then it goes to the municipality, they clean, and those PFAS, those forever chemicals stay in the water. So we have this, it's this weird, I don't know why I feel like the toilet paper, like the water should really bother me, which it does, but the toilet paper really, really bothers me because I'm like, I don't want to put chemical shit on my sensitive stuff. So, I started going in this rabbit hole and I'm looking and people literally have gone completely paper free, completely toilet paper free, getting a bidet, using cloths, not white, not those cloths from the the pop-up cloths. Those have tons of chemicals in them. I mean, there is a multitude of forever chemicals in those as well. And, as well as like antibiotic or antibacterial chemicals. So it strips your natural biome in your skin. It takes away all of the good stuff that should be there. So, water has added chlorine, fluorine, aluminum hydroxide. And that's the thing too, like with the chlorine 7 is in the shower. So it creates with all the chemicals, right? So you create steam and then you're breathing in those chemicals. So I feel like the toilet paper water, I feel like it's so circular because we're constantly flushing. I think it's like I had this stat up here about how much toilet paper. I tried to load all my tabs and let me see if I closed them out. How much toilet? I'm just going to Google it again because I have like 27 tabs open. I'm that person. How much toilet paper do? And this is just Americans. It's a year. It's like, let's see. Okay, this says 28 pounds. I saw something that said like 54 pounds. But we're responsible for 20% of the global paper consumption. And oh gosh, I forgot. I want to find that quote. It talks about how many billions of pounds it is. It's crazy. Okay. But I think we have to think about it from this circular perspective as we're all using toilet paper, then we're flushing it, and then it's going into the waterways, and then it's not getting filtered out. So, is there are any of us going to go completely toilet paper free? I don't know that's, I don't quite know that if I was living off grid, still don't even know. So Iron Fire Horse says, I have a big garbage bag of old socks and flannel PJs cut up into squares just in case you can't get toilet. Well, and that's actually what spurred this no toilet paper movement was COVID, because the toilet paper was disappearing. So people were like, well, and that's what they were doing, is cutting up t-shirts, cutting up, using socks, old cloths, and then putting a container, sorry about that, putting a container in the bathroom. You can use, there's different, like if you use specific essential oils like oregano, there's certain essential oils that you have to use to disinfect, and then you can put it in a bucket or water and then wash them frequently. And if you think about it, like I used a combination of regular diapers and cloth diapers when my child was a baby. I scooped the poop, I flushed it, I soaked the diapers, and then I washed them. I don't necessarily know how that would be any different. You started long before COVID. Yeah. And microplastics in the water are, and the municipal water filtration. Why can't I'm just going to call it the water municipality there. They don't filter out the microplastics either. So this is actually, it's okay. What can we do? Because not everybody's going to be able to get a whole house filter. You can get a whole house filter that is going to filter everything and all the PFAS and all the, the drugs that your neighbor's taking, right? So you're drinking, when we drink water, my water is filtered, but it's not, it's just filtered from the fridge. It's still not perfect. And then, so Iron Fire, you used cloth for your first and second. Yeah, I did a combo. I was like, I've been a single mom since day one. So there was, my bandwidth was like, I know, it was sort of like, I just blessed the diaper when I threw it in the garbage, because I'm like, oh my gosh, the poor landfill and what I'm, contributing to. Drink water from a water cooler machine that runs off a 5 gallon. Yeah. And so at my office, I have spring water delivered. So I have pure water at the office. And then I have, again, this is just refrigerator filter water. So, and I drink a lot of it, but, I think about, I have mold toxicity in my lungs that I can't get rid of. I mean, that part of this coughing that I have going on is part of that. And I remediated years ago. So it makes me wonder, and I live a pretty clean life. I don't smoke. I eat really well. I exercise all the time. So it makes me wonder what my level of exposure is. So I'm actually going to test myself. We can test. I test my patients for these forever chemicals. It's just a simple urine test, but I've never tested myself. I'm like, why am I not testing myself? 7 says osmotic filters, especially high filtration level ones, are probably are prohibitively expensive. Yeah, you know, a girlfriend of mine, she had one put in her house. She bought it and had her ex-husband installed it, and he charged her full price, which I was like, really? He charged you full price? I think he should have like done it for free, but whatever. And Iron Fire Horse says, oh, but I think hers cost, I'll read that in a second, Iron. I think she said it was like 12 or 1,500 bucks. And then he charged her like another 1,200 bucks to install it, which again, I'm like, are you kidding me? But so I didn't think $1,200 for the system was too bad. And if you're handy or you have somebody you know who can install it. And really, when I moved into my house 22 years ago, I got a quote for a whole house water system, and it was going to be like $6,000, and I was like, no. So I think they've come down significantly in price, and of course now you can buy them at Home Depot and Lowe's, and then again just have somebody install it for you. So Iron Fire says, I was single for the first, so could do what I wanted with the second. Dad and mom-in-law called the shots often. Oh, yeah. Hey, cheers to being a single mom, right? I mean, yeah, my daughter's 18. She went to Florida. She organized and coordinated she's in her first year of college. She's in community college. She stayed home. She's on her way back. She's about 2 hours still away, and she's got a fever. She's so sick right now. She's just in the backseat of her car. But she coordinated and organized. As I say, I gave her life skills. A trip for 8 of her friends and herself, booked the whole place down there, organized everybody, got everybody down there, got all the food, cooked for everybody, and now they're on the way back. They were down there for a week. So, we got to give our kids life skills, especially when we're single, right, Iron? So, yeah. Do you said you used cloth diapers, and you were 100% cloth? So yeah, I couldn't do that. Did it make you crazy on the first one, or was it pretty simple? Curious to know on that. And do the osmotic, so 7, as the osmotic filters, the high filtration, are you talking about like for a whole house? Or are you talking about like an under sink one? Or there's definitely different levels. And of course now on YouTube, because I'm doing this between the water and the paper products, YouTube's just loading up my recommendations with channels that do water filtration tests and off-grid living, which I love. I mean, I'm a big gardener, so I just ordered a bunch of seeds today. So I feel like when it comes to the paper products, the toilet paper, here's my thoughts. Because we could go into like $10,000 toilets and, massive house filtration. I don't think we want to do that. And again, I think that's cost prohibitive too. So, but you can get a bidet. I think a bidet, because again, we have to think about, I know it's like, okay, I don't want to go completely paperless, but we want to put as little of this stuff in our water supply as possible. Because again, if you're using toxic stuff, there's the dog, hold on. There's a woman, a page that I follow called Mamavation, and they did some testing on the toilet paper, and I'm going to find this for you guys and drop the link. And they tested different ones, and what they found, investigation of brands. So there's a list here of the brands. Let me drop this. So I think number 1, we have to shop for the brands that have the least PFAS in them, the least level of forever chemicals in them. And then, so I just dropped that link in there. And then, So that's number one. And then use less of it. So you can get bidets that plumb, or like it looks like a little hose that connects right into your toilet. And or you could just do something as simple as a squeeze bottle. I know that's a speaker, but you get a squeeze bottle that's like this big, and you just wash up. So you rinse off most of the stuff, so you need less toilet paper. So we're putting less into the water supply, which means overall we're putting less into our toxic chemicals. Let's see. This countertop 7 says there's a countertop. There's a whole house of being commercial level because of the volume output. Yeah. So my girlfriend did that whole house one, and I think she said it was, like I said, it was 12 or 1500. And then Iron says, got into a routine of using a knife for a scraper, not on the baby's butt, right? To scrape the off of the diaper. Washboard to scrub them up, even boil them in water with a splash of vinegar. Yeah, let it run. Yeah, exactly. By around age 1, yeah. So yeah, you just figure it out, and I think I think it's the level of awareness of the amount of chemicals we're putting in our water supply, because then we go back and we're drinking all that stuff. So let's put less in the water. So I think it definitely becomes a combination of things, right? Again, I don't particularly see myself going paperless. However, I will tell you, I'm noticing now how many times I don't use tissue. I just, if I need to blow my nose, I use a piece of toilet paper. I have noticed how many times I'm going for the toilet paper to blow my nose. And I'm like, so I think that's an easy one. My dad used a handkerchief forever. Like, I should just use a handkerchief for that. I don't see why, I'm going to have like half used snot rags hanging out all over the house, but I'm not putting that into, again, not putting it into the water supply. Or, for that matter, you're putting it into a garbage bag. Maybe you don't flush it. It goes into a garbage bag. Now it goes into a landfill. So I think the less paper products we're able to put back into the environment, the better. Plus when we talk about, there's toilet paper made from wood pulp, bamboo, and then recycled products. So, recycled, anything, newspapers and any kind of paper product. The problem is they're still manufactured with tons and tons of chemicals. Bamboo. So I was reading, it's amazing how long newspaper will last in a landfill. Yeah, exactly. So, I like the idea. We recycle so much. I mean, my recycling bin is massive. And of course, I don't necessarily know how much they actually take and recycle that, because we're told like half of the stuff you send gets rejected by the recycling place. But sorry about that. Yeah, your dad did a handkerchief too. And I just feel like it's just more environmentally friendly. I don't think I can do this at my office I think I'm still going to have to use paper towel. To me, paper towel is cleaner at my office versus I don't like those, the blow things, the air things. Those are supposed to be environmentally friendly. They're loud, they're obnoxious. And then if you have any bacteria on your hands, it blows it all over the place. I'm like, they're gross. 7 says, just had a look around, found the Watero G3 P800, 800 gallons per day, 99% filtration. Just the unit. Yeah. So 1,000. And then, and then you got to have somebody install it, so what's installation going to be, $1,000. Yeah. You recycle everything too, but how much is really recycled? I know. I feel good about myself that I've thrown it into the bin at least. Right. In fact, in my kitchen, I keep, I use the paper bags from the grocery store, and I recycle those I constantly have a paper bag here. Makes recycling easy, because then we just throw stuff right in there rather than going out to the bin all the time. So our level of awareness, what is the least we can put into our landfills, down back into our waterways, and the water drop. My apologies. Autocorrect. How do I start? I'm trying to think where did oh, okay. I just thought that was the name of it anyway. So might want to start recycling aluminum cans by crushing them. Well, okay. So here in Michigan, if you notice, if you have an aluminum can, if you look at the top, we're one of the states that have a 10-cent return, which inspires people to return their cans. So you get recycled. So you get charged 10 cents. So if you buy a 12 pack of something, you get charged $1.20, and then you take your cans back, you get your 10 cents back, and then they recycle them. So yeah. Iron Fire, we're on the same page. Yep. I knew we were friends. I know. It's like you were saying some stuff in a previous live. I can't remember if it was over on Howie's page. May he rest in peace. Or here, but I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I like that girl. I want to meet you someday. So I forgot where I was going with that. The paper, the flushing. Anybody want to help me out? And those, yeah, they do it in the 10th. Yeah, any can, bottle, plastic, glass, everything here in Michigan is 10 cents. Used to get 35. Oh, wow. Okay. 40 cents a pound for aluminum when you're in high school. Yeah. It's $1 a pound. Yeah. My brother has a big July 4th party every year. And my daughter will go over there and get the bags and bags of returnables, and she'll go return them, and she'll make a couple $100 just from the, people leaving cans around the party. So it is, just a good way to get as much recycling as possible. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So some of the articles I was reading on using, so this Mamavation, they tested bamboo brands, they tested recycled, they tested wood pulp brands, and it did make a difference. In fact, a lot of the bamboo products were really high in the forever chemicals, the PFAS. And my favorite one, which was I actually did a video that I'll be putting out on YouTube on this. My favorite one was the Charmin Ultra Soft or something. So apparently the softer it is, Iron Fire. Yes, I did say that. I know. Brad heard that he died. We're all like, I sent an email through his page. Nobody's heard from him. But I guess he said a family member of his reached out to him and said that he had passed. So super sad. I know, because we're all connected here from Howie, which is like, we're all just going to miss him. I loved watching him. I loved just how happy he was. So, yeah. So let's see. I did say probably expensive is top initial outlay. There's a hidden cost of maintenance. Yeah. The maintenance too, the filters and all of that. So when it comes to the forests are being decimated. And so some of the articles were saying, so choose bamboo and recycle instead, right? Well, the bamboo forests are being completely decimated as well. And then the recycled products are just, it's recycled products, but they are super high in chemicals as well. And then the 7th generation brand, which we go to 7th, a lot of people will go to 7th generation. I use their dishwasher detergent. You go there because 7th generation is supposed to be known for having, low toxins. And so, but they're not. They're one of the highest brands that had PFAS in it. Hold on, here, let's dog that. Certain species of bamboo that grow almost a foot a day. Yeah. I know, Iron. I'm shocked too. We were all shocked. And I just met him. Again, I connected with all of you guys. I met him. I don't know how we started following each other. But he was just, he brought all you over to raid my channel and be here for my first live. And, just what a great spirit. So nobody really knows what happened, and everybody was trying to. I guess Brad said that he had some rare disease that they told him he was going to die like 3 years ago, that he had a couple months to live, but apparently it's been 3 years. And I said, well, it must have been that great food forest that he was, that he was maintaining. So, but I keep going over to his page, Forest Permaculture, and there's nothing going on over there. Nobody's posted anything. So yeah, he was very ill. Okay, I didn't realize that. So I thought maybe he'd been healing himself. So yeah, but again, nobody really, we don't know if he just like died in his sleep or what happened. So I know he's gonna be missed. Rest in peace. I'm. So here's the thing. He was so supportive of my channel, and I know he was supportive of everybody who was on his page and helping, get people going, and just what, every time I posted something, he'd jump in and he'd make a comment, and thanks so much for this information. Just, he just had this really genuine heart, and for a perfect stranger, right? I mean, I've known him for maybe 3 or 4 months. That's it. But boy, when you meet somebody like that, it's just, who has that kind of impact in such a short period of time, it's just a good lesson for us all, just to, be kind, right? Forests are suffering badly with climate change. Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, well, what are the, maybe it's not realistic that we all go paper free, but what can we do to limit what we're doing, and then protect yourselves, right? So within your own home environment, the video that I've got scheduled to come out tomorrow is, I'm going to talk about natural cleaning products for your house. Like, literally get rid of everything, and all you need is baking soda, vinegar, and lemon juice. Boom, done. Super natural. You're not going to harm your kids or your dogs. Yeah, so that would be great. I would love that. I'm going to drop my email in here, and if you would email that to me, that would be great, because I did send an email, but I haven't heard back. So I don't know if anybody's actually checking his email, but I'd like to send a physical card. Yeah, I use vinegar at the office too. That's all I use: vinegar and essential oils, dilute it, vinegar and water with essential oils, because all of those cleaning products, they have forever chemicals in them. And so, yeah, so it's just interesting, when you read, again, going down this rabbit hole, and some people are like, well, the forests are being decimated, so choose bamboo. Well, without any consideration for what's actually happening with the bamboo, right? And it's interesting. I use this is my brand of lip balm, this Karité Lips. I have to order this. It used to be able to get it in the United States, and do that, Paula. I have it somewhere. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have to order this from France now, and I'm super addicted to lip balm. It's crazy, right? Anybody addicted to lip balm? But anyway, this is all natural. This is made from shea butter, and it also has candelilla wax in it. Okay. So somebody said to me one time, they were like, oh, it doesn't have beeswax in it, right? And I go, no. Oh, okay, then it's vegan. So because vegan, this is like, no offense to vegans out there, but vegans won't do anything that has beeswax in it. But vegans will take anything with candelilla wax all day long. Well, so then I was like, what's happening to the candelilla fields? Well, the candelilla fields are being absolutely destroyed by this industry. Yes, I know, I'm supporting the industry. But the point is, like, just because you're like, oh, I'm vegan, I don't want to have anything with beeswax, you then have to ask the question, again, like the toilet paper. Just because they say don't use wood pulp toilet paper doesn't necessarily mean that the bamboo is going to be better. It's not like you're supporting a better environmental product. So you have to start thinking in terms of, what can I do less of, because my own personal health is at stake. So your own personal health, what are you putting in your body, whether it's what you're eating, whether you're using these toxic things on your sensitive parts, tampons, pads, anything like that. And then, of course, body care products, soaps, lotions, and then in your environment, your, cleaning products, they create vapors that cause damage to your nervous system, and candles, and then Glade plugins, things like that. There's Brad. How are you? We were just talking about Howie. You missed it. Iron Fryer didn't know. So Iron Fryer, what about what's happening in the avocado industry with Mexico, which applies to the majority of them? What's going on in Mexico with the avocados? I don't know. Fill me in. When they gather honey from a beehive, they leave 2 racks of honey behind so the bees can still feed on it. Yeah, right. So it's not like they're killing the bees in the process. So thanks for being here, Brad. How are you? Doing good today? Nice to see you over here. So yeah, we're talking about paper products and trying to use less of them. So what can we do? So we have inexpensive bidets. You can use a squeeze bottle, wash off first. I don't think it would be like too bad to maybe use cloth for like number one, a little wash with the bidet and then dry off. Feel like that would be cleaner anyway, don't you? Smart toilets. I like to know their toilet paper sales per year. Is that the ones with the dryers? So they wash and have a little dryer. A $50,000 beehive can live off 2 racks of honey for 6 months to a year. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah. But they make it so fast it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know, they are smart, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, well, and then the Candelilla plants can't grow back as fast as what they're taking them down. So, the cartels are making big profits. Is this on the avocados? And the actual growers are in danger, also using a ton of water, depleting local water supplies. Shocker on the cartels, right? They just, killed those Americans for no reason. But I'll have to look that up. That will be very interesting. Because I know that's also been a thing with California and their avocado. There's been a big animosity there. For the Japanese market, Panasonic makes a portable bidet. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Does anybody on here have a bidet? I'm curious. I think my sister built a house. I think she got one. I know. I'm almost thinking I might. I'm like, should I just? The palm oil issue. That's the thing. It's like we are just quickly destroying our planet. I do have olive oil. I don't really use avocado oil because if I need something for high heat, I use lard, and I'll use beef fat from cows, and yeah, so I'll use more animal fats to cook with if they need on high heat. Oh my gosh, popcorn cooked in lard, holy moly, it tastes like bacon. It's so good. Y'all should try it sometime. I might have to make some tonight. So let's see, get so mad at vegetarians when they think they're smarter than people. Yeah. And that's the thing too. So if you guys go on my YouTube channel, I did I don't know if shorts disappear. I don't know, but I did a short, that was about maybe 3 months ago. I live like a pioneer these days, been experimenting for over 2 years. I know it sounds like, it's not like you sound super cool. I want to learn things from you. Japanese smart toilets are an experienced dryers and even UV sterilization. Yeah. Like how cool would that be? Off grid in your van. They haven't disappeared. Okay. So I did a short a few months ago on nuggets by, they're vegan nuggets, right? And I turned the bag over and it was, wheat, gluten, and just all this garbage and additives and flavorings. And I posted it and I said, no, I wouldn't feed this to my dog. And I had this woman just lit up on there, and she was like, "You don't care about people being healthy. This is an alternative for people who don't want to eat meat." And I'm like, I'd give you a hard time if you ate a chicken nugget. Like that's not meat either. That's not food. Like how about like some hummus, or there's a lot healthier things that you can feed your children other than a chicken nugget or a vegan nugget. And I just said to her, I go, I don't know why you're so triggered. And she was like, well, you're telling people to not eat this stuff. I go, yeah, I am. I want healthy humanity. I don't, just because you're vegan doesn't give you an excuse to eat junk, period. Like, you're still damaging your health. And my whole mission in life is to get you to not damage your health, to eat healthy and build a legacy and teach your kids what that means, there's a lot of unhealthy vegans. Some people get so angry at every chance online. It's the truth, isn't it? Yeah. No kidding. So you'll have to go look at. I mean, I think it's got like 3,000 views on it. It's that's the one thing too. I'm pretty proud of the content I'm putting out, because it's I'm getting a lot of views, even though I have 300 and almost 60 subscribers, which doesn't sound like much, but my views are like I think I'm almost to 30,000 views on my channel. So I'm super excited about that. Vegans think it's okay to drink alcohol. Do you know how many people a year alcohol kills? Yeah, it's just all the things, right? And again, it's okay to use candelilla wax, not beeswax. You have to. And when we talk about monocrops and wheat, and like how destructive monocrops are for agriculture, it's like that is. But you're not going to eat meat, but you could eat something with wheat in it and not think twice about it, when you've just completely destroyed the crop. I mean, somebody said, how cute does a face have to be before it's considered killing, or something like that, right? Because of the mice, the rabbits, the bugs. I mean, there's a whole ecosystem that lives in a field. If it's grown naturally. In the monocrop, you're killing it all, right? But yeah, you're just mowing it down, and it's so destructive to everything. Be interesting to collaborate with Food. Oh, I would love to collaborate with Food Babe. She's pretty well informed about the quality. Yeah, I've been following her for many, many years. I have mad respect for her. And that's the way to do it, Paula. Big subscriber counts for a few views does it. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm like, okay, like I'm watching the subscriber numbers go up, but then I'm looking at my watch time, and again, so honored that you all are here, because I still am like, okay, I only have 350 subscribers. Is anybody going to be on Sunday nights? Palm oil, the palm fields. Hey, Seven, how long have you been following Food Babe? She's a rock star, man. And the other people I follow, so Environmental Working Group, they do a lot for our legislation. And then I'm heading to Virginia in June to, are you guys familiar with Joel Salatin? He's a farmer, regenerative farmer. Like, he was just on Joe Rogan. So I'm going to his farm for 2 days to do a 2-day workshop that it's called 2 Days of Truth, talking about our food system, and on his 5,000 acre all organic farm down in Virginia. So I'm super excited to go meet him and learn from him. So yeah, that'll be super cool. Yeah, I know. I can't remember how I started following her. I feel like, maybe when I still got magazines, maybe I found her there, or, but yeah, she's done quite a bit. I think I'm gonna have to start following her now that you're saying that, following her around and commenting and try to get on her radar, because that would be really awesome to connect with her and, maybe get her on here to do an interview. How cool would that be? I'm putting that on my list of things that I want to be doing on YouTube, is interview Food Babe. Okay, you guys heard it right here. Sunday, March 12th, I'm going to interview Food Babe. social media for sure. Where are you at in Virginia, Chairman? Do you know Joel Salatin? He's in, let's see, Polyface Farms. Drop his link here too. That'd be super cool. You guys should come down. Let's meet there. That would be super fun. And let's see. And then he's doing, it's called the Swoop Virginia is where he's at. He's doing another event called the Rogue Food Conference. He who controls the food controls the people. Food shortages in stores. Billionaires saying governments should only let their people eat synthetic beef. That one's going to be really good too. I might have to go down there for that one. And here's 2 Days of Truth, how science got it wrong, what we can do about it. Holistic Hilda is going to be down there presenting from, she's from, somebody help me out. Here, tickets. Sorry, I'm just trying to get you guys this here. This will be super cool. Weston A. Price Foundation. There you go. Okay. There. That's the event I'm going to. So, yeah, y'all should jump on over. Wouldn't that be fun? We can have a live YouTube chat down there. That'd be super fun. So, perfect. Does anybody have any questions? We've been on almost an hour. I so appreciate all of your engagement. Hold on, the dog wants to come back in now. Okay, I am back. And you know, again, let me know, you know, what did you think of this? Did you like the content? I mean, y'all are pretty engaged. Did seem to be something that was on point for a lot of you. I would love to be able to answer more questions and give you the content that you're looking for. So, you know, if you have any other thoughts, ideas, or any, you know, anything else that you'd like me to talk about, again, I'll put my, thank you so much, Iron Fire. So I'm going to drop my email one more time here. Somebody help me out. Can you email? Oh yeah, I've got my email on my YouTube channel, don't I? I think I do. I'm so new to the platform, you guys. So yeah, forgive me. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Doc@ERUFIN. Okay. All right, that's my email again. Yeah, if you think of anything, or, you know, jump over. If you're on Facebook, you can jump over, follow me there. I'm on Instagram at Dr. Ruffin. And I'd love to hear from you guys, and just let me know what you want to hear. I've got to think about this week. You know, this is such a big subject, and the rabbit hole is deep. I went down it all week. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know where to start on this. So, because there's so many people are living on both ends of it, right? Overconsumption, and then some people are like completely paperless, and I'm like, whoa, I gotta think about that. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks, Seven. It's great to meet you. I'll be sure I jump over to your page and give it a like. So, let's see. I think we should do a memorial live stream for Earth Day too. That would be great. That's April, right? That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be super cool. When is Earth Day? Let's see what we got. Let me look that up. Earth Day 2023. Saturday, April 22nd. That would be cool. Time to eat. Thank you so much, Brad. So yeah, Iron Fire, let's jump in together. Shoot me an email and let's talk about doing a memorial for Howie. We'll rope Brad in on that as well. So, oh man, I'll have to go back and watch one from previous years. So that'd be super cool. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, you guys, I will chat with you all soon. Again, I'm so blessed. I appreciate every single one of you being here and supporting my channel and loving me in the chat and just engaging. It's so fun. You make this just really, really fun to be here. So I wish you all the best. Have an incredible week, and we'll see you guys next week. All right. See ya. Bye. Have a great week.